What's up, guys? Happy National Donut Day. I got my cold brew in my donut mug, naturally. And there's actually some Benny's Donuts that is, sorry, I apologize for the foil. Awaiting my wife when she comes home. I already had mine. Benny's Donuts in Corvallis, the absolute best place to get donuts. If you have never been, Second Street, check it out. Benny, my wife actually sells. That's a Marionberry rosemary donut. It is fantastic, superb, and my wife actually supplies the donuts to them. Not the donuts, the Marionberries to them from the farm that she works at. Anyways, go to Benny's. It's National Donut Day. I hope you had your donut from your favorite spot, and hopefully that spot is Benny's. But today's vlog is actually going to be a little bit of a quicker vlog. I know I said that last time and it wasn't, but this time it will. I'm on the clock. But Maddexx Milligan, I did a Facebook post a little while back and asked people for suggestions, and I told you that my next vlog, Maddexx, shout out to Maddexx Milligan, my buddy, he asked what my thoughts on football versus football was. And I actually have some thoughts on it, and I have some opinions, and those thoughts and opinions have changed over the years, much to Megan's, who is my wife, her chagrin. I'll start by saying that I am wearing my Emmanuel Sanders, "If we all shine, or if we all grind, we all shine." So football is near and football, Foot, American football is near and dear to my heart, and always will be my number one sport. Always will be what I care about the most, what I'm most vested in. I spent my whole life doing it from the moment that I could grab a football. I actually should have brought that down. It's up in my office. My uncle Dave, shout out to Uncle Dave, gave me a little miniature Oregon Duck football. Just smelling it brings back a whole bunch of nostalgic memories and all of those things. But from the very moment I could hold a football, I have loved football and focused on football and done football and pursued that as a career. Obviously, when I stopped playing at Oregon State, I stopped pursuing that as a career, but I really enjoy the sport of football, and that'll never change. So, my thoughts on football: I love it. I understand it the best out of all the sports. I have spent the most time watching it, being around it, being around people who know it and love it. So, those are my thoughts on football. Football, Futbol, I believe I spelled that correctly, is a little bit different. I grew up, most kids, that's the first sport you play because any kid can kick a ball and you get on a team and you play either indoor or outdoor. Um, both soccer, this is a little fun fact, both soccer and baseball, I never played, not even at the lowest T ball level. That just wasn't a sport that I played. And so growing up, especially when you get to middle school and high school, and with I'm also aware the country that I live in, football, American football is glamorized and celebrated and is a sign of masculinity. And we definitely see that in the news. I don't think beating women and those sorts of things are masculine, but we definitely see um, testosterone side of football in the news. So whether you think it's good or bad, um, in my opinion, at least at my very young age, men played football and they did not play soccer. And so I grew up not, yeah, probably disliking soccer. I didn't understand it. I didn't want any part of it. And certainly didn't play it. I think I'll be honest and say that most of that probably had to do with my physical size. Benefited me much more to play American football versus football. And so my hatred, or hatred is a strong word, my dislike for soccer was definitely a lot to do with my lack of ability to play it and my lack of ability to uh, have the lung capacity to play it as well. So physically, I was not gifted for soccer, and so I dismissed it. Um, Playing football, the only exposure you have to soccer, because both are played at the same time. So my whole high school career, I never went to a single soccer game. One of my best friends, if not my best friend, is a soccer coach now. So that's a little bit hilarious. But we only knew that kickers would come over. And if you were a soccer player that wanted to play football, you would come over and be a kicker. And kickers are not glamorized at all in the game of football. Shout out to Johnny Hecker, who is trying to change that. Even though you're a punter, it's still kind of the same deal. But so I had a negative stigma of soccer for multiple reasons because they were not only did I feel they were a lesser sport than the American football, but I also felt that when they came and played our sport, they were lesser athletes. And I'm so fast forward to now, I really enjoy soccer. For the first time a couple of years ago, I actually played my first organized game of soccer at all. It was indoor soccer. It was great. I was in a lot better physical shape. I actually scored a goal, which is super ironic and super hilarious. But it was because I was playing with some excellent soccer players, and I just had a little cleanup goal. But it is still funny that I had a goal at all. So I was really lucky. I played again, played 2 more times since then, and I have not scored a goal in either of those games. So that should tell you something that it was beginner's luck. But I really enjoy the sport now, and I would say this is kind of how I want to end this vlog. As I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, the reason that I like soccer now, and I think it's revealing about life for me and things that I've tried to apply elsewhere in my life. The reason I like soccer now is because I better understand it. And I better understand the sport, and I better understand that points don't make the game exciting. The game of soccer makes the game exciting. And never did that become more clear to me than when I played it. Even though it's indoor versus outdoor, playing indoor soccer, you realize that soccer is a bunch of one versus one, mano a mano battles, and you have to win consecutive. This is football explained by an American football player. You have to win a bunch of those one-on-one battles, similar to American football, in order for you to get a goal and to score a goal. And success on the soccer field is not 100% dependent upon whether you're scoring goals, which I didn't understand. And once I started liking soccer and understanding soccer, I was actually able to then, and this is where the life application comes in, able to take that and apply it to my sport and understand how confusing American football can be and the intricacies. And the reason that I so appreciate that sport is because I've learned all of those intricacies and I understand all of them and understand the game within the game is how I describe it. And so I've started trying to apply this to my life. And it's the old adage, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, which is really hard to do. I think it's easier to put somebody else in your shoes and see how confusing it would be and be introspective and looking inwardly at, okay, what in my life, it's also called self-awareness, is confusing to other people. And so I've been able to take my lack of understanding for soccer and realize that's why I didn't like it. Now that I like it, apply some of those ideas to football and look at why that might be confusing or why other people might dislike my sport. I also like basketball. I also like other things outside of sports, and understanding where people are coming from when they don't like those things. It's given me a lot more empathy. It's given me a lot more patience and grace and appreciation for other people's crafts. And this is how I want to end it. The reason that I like soccer and the reason that I like watching a lot of other things outside of sports is because everybody is gifted and everybody is talented. And when people are doing what they love, and on the soccer field, you see people who are gifted to play soccer and just are at the highest level and really enjoy it. I love watching people either play or talk about their passions. And watching people play soccer at the highest level, you start to appreciate not the goals that are scored or the points that are scored, but you really start to appreciate how much time and energy they put in the same way that I put in a ton in football, and then watching them compile all of that experience, all of that practice, and perform something beautiful on the field with teamwork and all of those things. And so I really enjoy watching soccer now. I try to watch Timber games. I'm really excited to go to my first Timbers game, whenever that may be. Andrew Shreve, I think, you will be the guy that'll take me to that. But I really do like soccer now. So American football versus football. American football wins, but I have grown a lot towards liking football, and through that experience, have really learned a lot about myself. So share with me something that you have changed your mind on, and even let me know thoughts that you have on this debate, this topic, and suggest something for the future. Patrick Kennedy suggested that I talk about being a dad, which is a great suggestion. Not only a dad, but a dad of a daughter. That opens a whole nother realm of different things that I've never thought about before, whether she does sports or whether she does something completely different. It's another opportunity for me to practice what I just talked about, what I did with soccer, and learning a whole new world. So go out and explore the world today, guys, and really do some introspection on things you like and understand how that comes across to other people. And then you'll understand what other people are bringing to the table a whole lot better. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Let me know and comment and interact with some of the stuff that I said. It makes doing this a lot more fun and putting my ideas out there a lot more fun. And let me know if it helps you at all too. Those are all good things to know. Hey guys, happy donut day.